I'm totally creeped out right now. Where the hell you come from? Ain't you waking? Hey, boo. Hi. Mm. Can I tell? Oh, you on my titty. You abusive. Yeah, you. Abusive ass dog. Yo, some creep shit happened today. And my phone only at 31%. No. I always speak this nigga up. This nigga found my Instagram. I'm talking about Dwayne, my children's father. Found my Instagram. Talking about some I love you baby on one post. On his, he commented on a post that was his birthday. Cringe. And then another one that was July something. Said, how you doing? I flipped the fuck out. How the fuck did he find my Instagram? He was already, I'm still wondering how he found my other Instagram. And was messaging me, trying to message me on that one. So what happened to that girl that he was sitting there Donald Trumping? You can tell that bitch was on drugs. He's sitting there grabbing her by the coochie all in his profile picture. Yeah. So they didn't work out? And I'm not stupid. That nigga trying to get in touch with me to try to kill me again. He on some creep shit. He got some weird intentions. Either that or calling himself trying to get money out of me again. I remember some years ago my stupid ass did used to send money to him. I don't know why he's called himself entitled. Entitled like he owns me or some shit. Cause he know if I die today or tomorrow, that money go to him. Oh, y'all didn't know that, huh? Yeah. The money I get today or tomorrow, if I die, the money go to him. And that might not even really be a thing no more. Laws might have changed or whatnot. That's why he don't want no divorce. Every time I remember when I was living in Atlanta still, I tried to tell him I wanted a divorce when he came up there. He like, I'm not signing no papers. So I went online, typed up some papers for a divorce. He ripped up the papers. He like, you sent them here, I'm not signing them. I sent them. No, I'm like, this nigga here. So when I was living in Mississippi, that's a long story, too embarrassing to talk about. But I took him to a lawyer's office. His ass wouldn't get out the fucking car. He like, what part you not understanding? You my wife. I'm like, I'm your wife, but you keep having all these fucking babies on me. You keep getting all these women on me. You're not divorcing me. Some real creep shit, bruh. I'm pretty sure at this point China's creeped out too. China's like, the fuck he mean yo, hey baby. That boy don't know a lick of what love means. Ungrateful little nigga. You don't know what reaction or response I had when I saw his face. Something said, Brandy, don't respond. Don't respond this time. All he gonna do is call y'all kind of bitches and hoes and say you owe him money and blah, blah, blah. Just narcissistic shit. Don't respond. Don't engage. Don't even post. I know who gave that motherfucker told that motherfucker my Instagram to, and y'all do too. Y'all know who on this creep shit. Cause how coincidental is this? Wasn't I just talking about him the other night? Come on now, y'all. Now who doing creep shit or fuck shit behind the scenes? The same person that helping the people that stalking me for 20 years, helping them stalk me. Out the clear blue. I love you, baby. How are you doing? After how many years you want to know how I'm doing? After this many years you realize you love me? I bet you this many years you miss the children too. Bet y'all didn't know. When we was in the court with the kids, he told the courts that he flat out didn't want them. He was the one that said he was going to McDonald's and never came back, left me and the kids. Said he was going to look for a job. So he tired of, he didn't want us to struggle like this. He want to be a man. So we at the court. His daddy was a pastor. Notice I said was. His dad is deceased. But I'm speaking some real shit. Unlike other people that like to lie on dead people, right? His dad told the court when they was trying to get in, which was fucked up. Like, why would you want to try to give the kids to him after I told y'all what he did? The weird creep shit he did. Y'all want to give the kids to him? And he's living with his parents. He ain't even a real man. He ain't even got his own shit. Got it. They want to give the kids to them. But the dad said they ain't got enough room. They had a big ass house. Nice house. Said he need that extra room for to write his sermons. They're like, look, do you want the kids or not? The mama put her head down and said no. I said, Dwayne, why you like to go around getting women pregnant and then leave? He said, cuz it's funny. No, he said, cuz it's fun. And they looked at me and they like, you've been pregnant for this man 5 times? All I could do is just put my head down. That's something I want to touch on. Me and Candy did have good moments. we had what I consider a thing that we did have a bond off and on throughout growing up. I had a tape recorder, right? And my foster mom used to buy me the TDK brand tapes, the cassette. Well, I don't remember who broke that daggone thing. Maybe I did, knocked it over or something, right? And where's that scar at? I got the scar right here. Can you see it? It's on my forearm. It's 3 little slits on my forearm. Is the camera focusing? You see the freckles? And blended right within the freckles, you see those 3 little slits. Where I was running and slit, it was like a piece of metal that broke out of the cassette player. Well, on that cassette player, me and Candy used to record when we were small. I don't remember what we used to talk about, but we used to talk. And that was like back in the 90s. And we used to laugh, and we used to joke, and we used to talk, and we used to make weird, crazy sounds. We had our own lingo. Of course, when we played games, Candy had her thing called the Zoink game. I used to play along with Candy, where we would pretend to be different characters. We'd go in the closet, say Zoink, and then come out and we're that character. To the point where my crazy ass started feeling the little game when it was a character off a Full House. And there was this boy on there I liked named Rusty. Was the friend of Stephanie. Man, what was their last name? I don't remember. But it was Stephanie was the middle child. And she had a friend named Rusty that liked her. I was pretending, aware of what I was doing, pretending to be Rusty. And I told my foster mama, I went and said, hey, my name Rusty. Her fool ass self. We was playing pretend. Her fool ass self go to talking about some I had imaginary friends too. Bitch, I'll punch you in your mouth. I ain't never had no fucking imaginary friends. I was playing along with Candy because that was her way of playing. And to be honest with you, we was a little too old to be playing pretend. But what was good for the goose is good for the gander. I already knew he was too old to be playing pretend. But I was playing Candy's game. I was playing along with Candy to make her happy. And like I said, I did kind of start feeling the game. Hell, I'll go in the little closet, say Zoink, come out, pretend to be Shaq with a big long dick. I forgot what I used to pretend, come out there with a pole or whatever. I'm like, my name's Shaq. I pretend like I'm real tall. And I this time I didn't come out the closet, because if I came out the closet, I would be short. I pretend to be Shaq. I got a big old long dick. I'm like, my name's Shaq. She had her character that was in a magazine because we was in Taekwondo. There was a character in there named Jay Donaldson, who was also imaginary friend and also a character she played in the Zoink game, where she come up, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, she gonna kick my ass. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we had little characters. Then when she got to knowing Mr. No-No, right? She started to high-five, I guess impersonating how they talk in New Orleans. They be saying, hey, baby. So we had our little lingo when we first meet up with each other, or we first called each other on the phone. Hey, baby, how you doing? Hey, man, how you doing, baby? We had our own little fucking lingo. So we did have some good moments. It was a little weird, but it was our little lingo. And guess what? We was cool with that. Wasn't really nobody around to judge us either. Because we had our own little lingo. And guess what? I didn't mind it. I didn't judge it. And in that, I loved my twin sister. That's why to come to the age of 38 and all this shit is going on is fucking heartbreaking. And then the shit in between it all. Heartbreaking. The fucked up part is, if I knew that she was jealous of anything that I had, except for my husband, but like car, money, stuff like that, I would have broke bread with if I knew she wanted that. I would have helped her get a car if I knew she needed that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, she could have came live with me if I knew she needed that. If I would have knew. We could have been just so much tighter if she just didn't separate herself from me and say, you're the enemy. Now, I couldn't help but get pregnant. I'm sorry. I couldn't help but get pregnant. I couldn't help but get a man. And then, when I did try to at least help her get a date, she bitched about that. Said I tried to force her to. I'm like, ain't nobody trying to force it. Just, if you're out here, you want to have a good time, fuck. And to be honest with you, going to the club, she was never the clubbing type. But I was trying to if she wanted to have an open mind at the time, I was trying to tell her it was a night where it was, even though it was a gay club, it was all I knew. When I was out there, I ain't been to no straight clubs. And if there was a straight club, fuck, I would have been game to go there. And maybe that's what I should have did. Hit the Google and say, let's Google a straight club to go to, sis. But I was just looking at, hey, there's a night where straight people are welcome to the gay club. And there are men that go there. To the point, there was a fucking bouncer that was trying to take my old lady from me. That I got into it with. There was a night where I had another old lady I got shot at. Cause dude was disrespectful and trying to grab her hand and shit. And she looking back at him up and down. And I'm like, hey, what the fuck going on here? Yeah, there were men at the fucking club. I was an idiot for going back. Bold for going back to say I got shot at. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, damn, that was bold of me for going back. But I didn't just like go right back. I waited some time before I went back to that club. But I did get shot at and hopped the fuck on the bus. And she didn't even hop the fuck on the bus with me. For all I know, that same nigga probably brought her back to my house. The bitch, Toya. Yeah, she was on a lot of hoe shit. But that's a whole nother topic. But for her to get on there on here, like I was trying to force her to go to the club. If that was the case, she would have went to the club and told whatever experience she had, if that was the case. I didn't even push the issue like that. And that's so fucked up that each time, if you listen, I'm trying to get her to come out of her shell and enjoy herself. But she taking and twisting like I'm just trying to force her. And in another second, she's saying the family don't let her do all these things. The family don't want her with a man. The family don't want her to drive or with a car. And now she's telling y'all, my twin sister let me drive her car. No. Wasn't she telling y'all that I didn't let her drive my car? And then here she's told 2 instances where I actually let her drive my car. And then I posted a picture where I did let her drive my car. Now she's saying, so why I'm going to let her drive my car one time on this end, but don't let her drive my car on another time on this end. But she's saying the family said she shouldn't be driving. I'm saying the family did some fucked up shit. My family fucked up, no doubt. But the things she's saying the family did ain't true. I'm like, that's what I mean by somebody could be done did her wrong or fucked up, and she'll twist it even more. But maybe that's part of her schizophrenia. I don't know. But that's damaging to people. The fact that she don't want to get that dealt with or taken care of. It's like people out here that do care about her and do want to get that squared away. She could have beautiful relationships with people. She could have had a marvelous relationship, twinship. And you know how hurtful it is that I long for that. And then motherfuckers on here talking about some I'm pressed and I'm obsessed. Of course, it's going to mess with me because I'm robbed of something that I wish I could have. A twinship, bruh. Somebody I came in the room with, but I was always saying, I guess I'm going to have to just let that go. That the thought of, like, there's a bunch of twins we went to high school with that I don't see go through this, bruh. You see twins on Instagram be just dancing, getting it, getting it together. And they famous and stuff, Not saying I wish me and her could be dancing, but I know that if me and her was tight, we would be dangerous out here. Both of us are intelligent as fuck. I mean, there are more twins that are more intelligent than us. But I'm just saying, like, that fucking whatever demon then got a fucking hold of her. But she's accusing me of being a demon. The shit she said I did to my children has never happened. But it's fucked up, the shit that she did do to Raven. And the way she treated Raven and the boys when she was around them. That shit's fucked up. Because of her OCD. She'll always tell you about her OCD. Well, OCD people don't like germs and people and shit like that. But she said, oh, that's not true. Okay. Alright. I'm lying about everything. Okay, got it. But everybody trying to jump on me, but bruh, she called me to this fight. She was making videos a year and a half before I found out. But you know how devastating that was to me to find out she's making the videos saying I'm a perp or that I'm gang stalking her? And I have to sit here and say, man, I ain't no fucking gang stalker. I ain't no, ooh, that burns me up to say I'm a perp. Man, I don't do that type of stuff. Saying I'm in the Illuminati, I don't practice those type of things. And you judge me in my sexuality? Man, look. You had a problem when I was straight, too. Let's keep it real. You had a problem with me when I was straight, too. We didn't get along when I was straight, too. Let's keep it real. When I was with my husband and said I didn't have no plans on looking back at the dyke life. And no, I ain't never gave up my kids to live no dyke life. I ain't never gave up my kids for no woman. I gave up my kids so that they can have a better life. But ain't no conversation of why did daddy just ran out on the kids. Flat out ran out on them. Didn't want the responsibility after he's the one that kept saying, I want a baby. I want another baby. I want another. Oh, I want twins. because he knew the money was going to go up. No conversation about that. And I'm wrong because I'm proving that the attack is solely and intentionally against me. And how wrong it is, bro. And even when my voice was calm and I was saying, hey man, I'm not Candy enemy. I don't have no ill will toward her. When I was saying that shit, oh, she on some real fuck shit now. Oh, damn. Wow. Oh, this what we doing now? Oh no, that shit's unforgivable there. Oh, what she did there? No. Oh, and ain't no making up after that. She done hooked up with some motherfuckers that did harm to me, did physical bodily harm to me. No, she tight with them. No, ain't no making up after that, bro. You can say what you want. Ain't no working things out after that. This girl, for her to get on here and say I'm not loyal or not to be trusted after when she was suicidal and I was in a whole nother state and found a way to get the police, to get in touch with the police where she was at, to get a hold of her. After she said she swallowed a whole bunch of pills and she was unresponsive on the phone. You know what? I don't remember what happened, but it sounded familiar. My brother Wyatt was also, I forget who he said, I love you somebody Grand Prix. And then the phone got quiet as well. I don't remember all the way what that was about. And I don't even remember what I did toward that situation. But that phone call got silent too. But I remember for sure, I was in Atlanta, particularly Stone Mountain, Georgia. And she was out here in Denton, Texas. And she was unresponsive. And I got them to help. And I ain't saying for her to get on here and say thank you. I'm just saying for her to take back saying I never did anything for her or that I'm not loyal. There was a lot of times I was there on the phone when she was telling me somebody did this to her, somebody did that to her. I was there. I was listening on the phone with her. Even through emails. I was a friend as well as a sister. And she can't be like, oh, well, you never took my side. You never took my side. It depends on what the situation was. It depends. Like I said, it was a situation where you was telling me I should be vegan. But then you turn around and say you got into it with the people at the, it's not called a stew pot. My memory because of this medication, y'all. It's not called a stew pot. It was something else. I mentioned it the other day. But whatever it's called in the homeless sector. And she said they didn't give her an extra donut. And I popped off on her and I said, how you gonna sit there and jump on me about being vegan when you sitting there arguing about donuts? And this thing, y'all help me make sense of this. She said that when she was in Los Angeles and I was in Mississippi, yeah, because that's when I met David Jane. She said she had some neighbors I didn't know her neighbors. Because she said either me or Ramona. And then she went traced back to saying me, right? Says her neighbors, she was moving out or something. She moved out and her neighbors turned on her and said something about they had a phone call with me. How is that possible? Did she put me on the phone with her neighbors? Did she give me her neighbor's phone number? How did I talk to her neighbors? Did I telepathically just appear to her neighbors? Like, how did I talk to her neighbors? I don't know her neighbors. I don't know what they look like, what they sound like, nothing. But she keep telling this story that I talked to her neighbors, they turned on her. The first story was that they turned her, the neighbors and the landlord, put a whole bunch of trash in front of her front yard or whatnot. Now I'm hearing that something about she was trying to give away food and they wouldn't even accept food. Two contradicting things. Why is she doing this to me, y'all? I want to know why. She said, I made videos about other people too. Not like you do me. And it ain't cool. I would never do the things that you say I do. The way you demonize me. And the only answer, there's a couple answers. For her own gain. But the lies you telling on me is not going to get you YouTube famous. The lies you telling on me is not going to get you that car you want. It's not going to get you in the house. It's not going to get your YouTube goal to $10,000. Everybody talking about, can you just block her? Can you just ignore it? Bruh, she's telling lies on me for monetary gain. And involving my children. She's bringing up trauma and twisting it. Trauma. Having me relive trauma. Some of the trauma I thought I healed from. I do have PTSD. But nope. I'm supposed to just block it out. You don't know how shooken up in the brain, how traumatized I be off camera. Would it, like, China got to put up with this, and China's the one has to console me off camera. Sometimes I gotta wake up out of sleep off camera And people want to attack her too. That shit ain't right.